Well, we're still doing equations and inequalities. Now, this part is going to deal with quadratic equations, a revision from grade 9. Now, in this type of exercise, let's say solve for x, we need to know that this property in mathematics that says, the property says that when we have like a multiplied by b equals 0, okay? So this product implies that either a equal to 0 or b equal to 0. One of them must be 0 in order to have an equation equal to 0 here. So like in question 1, we have like x minus 3 times x plus 6 equals 0. Okay, this means that x minus 3 equals 0 or x plus 6 equals 0. So this means that x equal to 3 or x equal to negative 6. So those are the solutions. Okay, same also. Or maybe let's just move it because of space. Okay. Same way we can do question 2. So question 2 is x plus 4 times x minus 8 equals 0. Okay, so this means that x plus 4 equals 0 or x minus 8 equals 0. So this implies that x is equal to negative 4 or x equal to 8. Question 3, of x, open bracket, x plus 3 equals 0. Okay, so this means it's x, which is 0, or x plus 3 equals 0. Okay, x is 0 or x equal to negative 3. Then question 4. So we do know that it's going to be that, but the shorter way of doing is like using the opposite exponents, like opposite signs. Like here, we have like 2x minus 5 equal to 3x plus 1. You can just say 2x equal 5. Okay, you use the opposite sign here. You can say 2x is equal 5 or 3x equal to negative 1. You can also do that, and that means x equal to 5 over 2 or x equal to negative 1 over 3. Okay, now over here we need to be careful. Question 5, there it's x plus 4 open brackets x minus 8 equals 0. Here we cannot apply the property because it's not really forming what is on the left hand side doesn't form a product. Okay, we have terms. This is a term, that also a term. So here in this case we need to expand this. So this will be x plus 4 times x and then 4 times negative 8. So that makes 4x minus 32. Now that will be 5x minus 32 equal to 0. So this means 5x equal to 32. That means x equal to 32 over 5 when we divide both sides by 5. And question 6, 3x open bracket 2x plus 5 equals 0. This implies that 3x equals 0 or 2x equal to negative 5. Okay, so this means that x equals 0, because if 3x is equal to 0, it's x that is 0. We cannot say 3 is 0 or x is 0 because 3 cannot be 0. 3 is a fixed number, but x is the variable that can change, can take any value. So we're going to say x is equal to 0 or x equal to negative 5 over 2. Okay, that was question A. Well, question B says solve the following equations. Okay, For question 1, x squared equal to 9. We could move 9 and then do the difference of two squares. But the quickest way in this case, I think, useful method here will be to square root both sides, okay? And then, when we have an equation like this, okay, first of all, the square root will cancel this power of 2. When we have an equation with a variable, this will be x equal to not 9, but rather plus minus 3, okay? Some also, before I do that, we could also say x squared minus equal 9 will implies x squared minus 9 equals 0. We could do that. And then say x minus 3, x plus 3, because 9 is a square number. Okay, 9 is the same as 3 squared. So, and say x equal to 3 or x equal to -3, which is basically plus or minus 3. But I believe I will opt for the first method, which is more straightforward. Okay, so in question 2, for instance, x squared equal to 49, I will just square root both sides. I square root here, I square root there, and that makes x equal to plus minus 7. Okay, and then question 3, I'll write here 3. 2x squared equal to 200. What we do in this case, we can divide both sides by 2, okay? Divide here by 2 and there also by 2. And then what does it make? It makes x squared equal to 100. Now we can square root both sides. Square root here, square root there. And then this will make 10, plus minus 10 actually. For question 4, there, even though, okay, question 4 is x squared equals to 9x. As I was saying, even though this 9 here is a square number, but x is not a square number, you see. So we cannot square root both sides here, but rather move the 9x over, it becomes negative 9x equal to 0. Then we can look at the highest common factor between the terms, which is x. And then it's going to be like x minus 9 equal to 0. Now this means that x is equal to 0 according to our property, or x equal to 9. Okay. Question 5. We have like 9x squared minus equal x. So we'll move the x over. That makes 9x squared minus x equals 0. Okay. And then we look for the highest common factor, which is x. And then that's going to be like 9x minus 1. And then this means equals 0. This means that x is 0 or 9x equal 1. So to find the value of x, we divide by 9 both sides. So we have like 1 over 9. That was question 5. We can also do question 6, which is 2x squared equal to 5x. Over here, we can move 5x over. That makes like 2x squared minus 5x equals 0. Then we can take x for common factor. And then that makes 2x minus 5. Now this will make what x equals 0 or 2x equal 5. Now we can find the value of x when we divide both sides by 2. That will make x equal to 5 over 2. Okay. And then question 7. That's 4x squared equals 16. Okay. In this case, I think it's going to be useful if I start by dividing by 4 both sides, because we can divide by 4. And then we have left with x squared equal to 4. Okay. then we can square root both sides of the equation, square root, and let's say x equal to plus minus 2. Okay. You know, why, first of all, why does it make plus minus 2? Look, if I said, like, I want to show the calculator, what is 2 like that to the power of 2? This is 4. So what about negative 2 like that in the bracket? Still 4. So in this case here, it will generate the positive and the negative answer. Okay. Question 8. It's 4x squared equal to 16x. So first of all, I'll get rid of the 4. Okay, because that's the common factor. Get rid of the 4 like that. And then this will be x squared equal to 4x. Now 4 is a square number, but x is not. Therefore 4x is not a square number. They had to be both squared to form a square number here. Now I can just in this case move the 4x over, that makes negative 4x equals 0. Now we're gonna look at the highest common factor. Okay. Now I was saying, I didn't mention this, we don't divide by x here because we cannot exclude the case x is 0, because if in case x is maybe 0, the function dividing by 0, it will be undefined. You know, if division by 0 is ruled out. So here we can just take the common factor x, and that will be x minus 4 is 0, which means x is 0 or x is 4. And then we can take 9. Which is x squared minus 2x equal 8. Like this. So now in this case, we can move the 8 over, okay? Excuse me. That makes x squared minus 2x minus 8 equals 0. Now we have a quadratic trinomial. There are two methods to use here. We can use factorization, or we can use the quadratic formula. Now let's check. We use quadratic formula especially when the function or when the equation is not factorizable. Now let's check if I can factorize this. We will look at the last number, negative 8. The factors of negative 8 are 1 and 8, 2 and 4, and that's all. Can we get negative 2? Yes, we can if this is a positive 4, positive 2 and negative 4. And then positive 2 times negative 4 makes negative 8. So we can place in here plus 2 here, and then negative 4 there. Then this means that x is negative 2 or x is 4. This is one way if I solve it by factorization. But if I want to use the quadratic formula, we need to know that the formula is given by x is equal to minus b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac, okay, all over 2a. In this case, a is 1, the coefficient of x squared, okay. First of all, let me just write where the quadratic equation itself is ax squared plus bx plus c, okay. So in this case, a is 1, the coefficient of x squared. B here is negative 2, the coefficient of term that ends with x, and then the constant term in this case is just negative 8. Now we can substitute that using the quadratic formula. So it's going to be like negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Then we can substitute the values of a, b, and c. So negative b is already negative 2. Okay, square root of b squared okay, which is -2 minus 4a, 1, c is -8 over 2a. Then this generates two answers, okay? One with the positive, the other with the negative here. Now I can use my I can use my calculator. We have like negative, open bracket, -2, close bracket, plus square root of negative that squared, b squared, minus 4, open bracket a, and then c, which is a -8, over 2a. And when we hit equal, you see, we got the answer 4 with the positive, so x equal 4. Now with the negative, over there I must change the sign. It's not plus but minus down, minus the, if I press equal, that's x is equal to -2. Those are the same value we got here and there. Okay, so we can use factorize or use the quadratic formula. It's up to you. Then we have like x, open brackets, x minus 5, close brackets, plus 6 equals 0. So it's not going to be useful to move 6 on the other side, but it's going to be useful if we expand this, okay? So this will be like x squared minus 5x plus 6 equals 0. Now over here, we can use the quadratic formula or we can factorize. I prefer to factorize here if we can. I write x, close bracket there, x there, close there, equals 0. Now when I look at the last term, we did a lot of factorization. We have a lot of playlists, I mean a full playlist that consists of so many exercises in factorization in ascending order of difficulties. So if you struggle with factorization, you can go through the playlist and then see the videos how I explained how to factorize. So we can just write 6 here, and then let's say 1, 6, 2, and 3. And now I'm gonna look at which couple will make a sum equal to the coefficient of the middle term, and the product must be positive 6. Okay, if I say positive 1 and -6, of course 1 minus 6 makes -5, but positive 1 times -6 doesn't make positive 6, it makes -6. Here it has to be a positive 6, as here. So so it cannot be 1 and 6, but it can be then -2 and -3, because -2 minus 3 makes -5, and -2 times -3 makes positive 6. So I'm placing here -2 and -3 there. Then this means x is 2 or x is 3. You can do question 11. Which is 3x squared minus 5x minus 2 equals 0. Now this case here, we have a leading coefficient which is different than 1. So what we do in this case, we can use the quadratic formula or we can factorize, okay? To factorize, I'll do 3, or maybe let's just use the quadratic formula. Here it means that it implies that a equal 3, b equal -5, and then c equal to -2. So if I use this formula here in red, okay, we have like b, which is -5, and then b squared, so -5 there, and then minus 4a, which is 3, and then C is -2, and then over 2A is A is 3. Okay, we can use that formula. When we hit equal, we got like, okay, with the negative here, we have like -1/3. So using the quadratic formula, x equal to -5 plus minus square root of -5 to the power of 2 minus 4a c all over we already found that x can be -1/3, and then over here we will change the sign. We put the positive also. Positive and then equal, that's 2. So x equal to 2. Okay, that was question 11. And we can do question 12. 2x² minus x equal to 10. So that makes 2x² minus x minus 10. So I move the 10 over to have a quadratic form, the quadratic form of I move the positive 10 over to form a quadratic trinomial. Now we can use the formula, or we can still factorize here. So, or maybe this time let's factorize. So we can do 2 times -10, which is -20. Now write here -20. And now list the factors of 20, 1 and 20 in ascending order, right? 2 and 10, 4 and 5. Now if I need to get the coefficients of the middle term, which is -1, okay, we'll say it's possible if it's a +4 and a -5. Then this can be written as what? 2x² plus 4x minus 5x. Note that this all makes -1x, okay? Minus 10 equals 0. Then we can take 2x for common factor. That makes x plus 4. And then we can also take a -5 for common factor. Or not x plus 4, but x plus 2. And then this will be 2x minus 5, x plus 2 equals 0. So now in this case, this implies that 2x equals 5, which means x is equal to 5/2, or x plus 2 equals 0, which means x is -2. Okay. Can continue. Question 13. Says -2x² minus 14x plus 15 equals 0. So we can get rid of this negative, okay? It's like, you know, we can times the whole equation by -1. We times here by -1, just to get rid of the negative. So it's gonna be like -2x² minus 14x plus 15 equal to -1 times 0. So I times both sides by -1. And then this makes 2x² plus 14x minus 15 equal to 0. Okay? So times by -1 simply means change the sign of each term. Okay? This -2x² will become 2x². This will become positive 4x, 14x, and then that will become -15x. Now we can use the quadratic formula, okay, shown, or we can factorize. We do 2 times negative 15. Excuse me, this will be negative 30. Somewhere that makes negative 30. And then we can list the factors of 30. So they are like 1 and 30, 2 and 15, 3 and 10, 5 and 6. Now we ask ourselves, how can we get a sum which is equal to, which will make a sum which will be equal to 14 here? If we look at the list, can we get 14 from this list? We can make 13, we can make 13, we can make 11. So we can't make 14. Therefore, this is not factorizable. Then, in this case, what we do, okay, actually, so my apologies, let's double check. 13 was, oh, I misread the question. 16, not 15. It was 16 there. 16. 16. So over here, it's gonna be 16. Now we do 2 times negative 16, that makes negative 32. That makes 1 and 32, 2 and 16, 4 and 8. And then we can continue that way. Then we can continue this way, and then we see which factors will make a sum equal to 14. Then with 2 and 16, yes, we can, if we have like a negative 2 and positive 16 here, because negative 2 plus 16 makes positive 14. Then we can extend this. This will be a 2x squared minus 2x plus 16x minus 16 equals 0. Then we can factorize. We can take 2x common factor, and then 16 also for common factor, and then this is equal to 0. That makes what? X minus 1, and then x minus 1, and then this makes 2x plus 16 equals 0, or okay, let's just do this way. This means we can factorize like 2x plus 16, and then x minus 1 equals 0. That means 2x plus 16 equals 0, or x minus 1 equals 0. This means 2x equal to negative 16, x will be negative 8, or x is just equal to 1. Okay, that's question 13. And then question 14, it's m minus 3, and then m minus 2 equal to 12. All right, situation like this, we have, because this is not on the right hand side, is not 0, okay? We cannot really apply that property we mentioned, but we must expand this, okay? We do m times that, m times that times that, and that times that. That makes m squared minus 2m minus 3m plus 6 equal to 12, okay? That makes what? M squared minus 5m. If we move the 12 over, that makes that equals 0. And that would be m squared minus 5m minus 6 is 0. Then we can solve this by factorization. And then this will be a -1 and -6. Actually, +1 and -6. If you're unsure, we can still do -6 here. The factors of 6 are 1 and 6, 2 and 3. Now, which couple will make a sum equal to -5? It's +1 and -6, okay? Because of course, -2 and -3 will make -5, but the product will not gonna be -6. The product will be +6. So this is not a good example. So we take +1 and -6. Then this means m equal -1 or m equals 6. That was question 14. And then question 15, what we have, x plus 2 raised to the power of 2 equal to 16. So in this case, we can just square root both sides, okay? We square root like that. By squaring both sides, this will be square root because we want to cancel the power of 2. So this will be x plus 2 equal to square root of 16 is plus minus 16, okay? Excuse me, plus minus 4, okay? Over here, when you use plus minus when you have an equation, but if it was just what is square root of 16, you say 4. Okay, not plus minus, but just 4. But in the equation, you say plus minus 4. Then we can move the 2 over. So this will be -2. If you move 2 over, become -2, plus minus 4. So there are two solutions here. One with the positive, so -2 plus 4, which is 2. One with the negative, -2 minus 4, which is equal to -6. Okay, that was question 15. And question 16 is 6, open bracket 1 minus x squared equal to 5x. So in this case, we have to extend this times that times that. Okay, which means 6 minus 6, 6 minus 6x squared equal to 5x. Okay, and then I move everything from the left to the right, from the left hand side to the right hand side. So that will be like 0 equal to 5x minus 6 plus 6x squared. Then we can rearrange. That makes 6x squared plus 5x minus 6 equals 0. Okay. Now we can solve by using the quadratic formula or by factorization. Okay. If I want to factorize, I do this 6 times -6. That makes 36. You can write 36 there. Factors of 36 are 1 and 36. Excuse me. 2 and 18. Okay. 3 and 12. 4 and 9. 6 and 6. Now, if I needed to get +5, I can use 4 and 9 because it can be like -4 plus 9. 9 minus 4 equal to 5. Then we can break this into 6x squared minus 4x plus 9x minus 6 equals 0. Then we can take 2x for common factor, and then we can take 3 for common factor also equals 0. Then if I take 2x for common factor, left with 3x minus 2, there also 3x minus 2. Then this can be 2x plus 3 and 3x minus 2 equals 0. Then this means 2x is -3 or 3x equal 2. Then divided by 2 both sides, this will be x equal to -3 over 2 or x equal to 2 over 3. That was question 16. And then can continue. Question 17. Okay, I think I have things to raise here. Um, 17. Question says that P minus 7, P plus 3 equal to 24. So in this case, what we do, P times P, P times that, that times that, that times that, and then what does it make? P squared plus 3P minus 7P minus 21 equals 24. Okay, then we can move the 24 over. That makes that P squared, move the 20, P squared, 3P minus 7P makes what? 4, negative 4P. Negative 21 minus 24 makes negative 45 equal to 0. Now I want to take negative 45 there. The factors of 45 are 1 and 45, 3 and 15, 5 and 9, and that's it. Okay, and then if I need to get over here, I can just say P, another P over there equals 0. So now I can place in the values. If I want to get negative 4, I can get negative 4 only with 5 and 9. So this is possible if it's positive 5 and negative 9. That makes positive 5 and negative 9 there. And then this will be P equals negative 5 or P is 9. Okay, so question 18. Question 18, that makes x squared equal to negative 4. Then we're going to solve this. Let's square root it. We square root here, and then we square root there. If we square root this, you know, square root of negative numbers are not real. So this is, we just want to say non-real. Okay. So this is non-real. 19. We have like 2x plus 1 to the power of 2 equal to 4. To solve this, we can just square root this side, both sides also, and then the power of 2 cancel. I mean, the square root will cancel the power of 2, and then we have left with 2x plus 1 equal to 4, right? Actually, plus minus 4. Okay, whenever we have an equation, square roots of the constants, always say plus minus. Then we can move the 1 over. That makes 2x will be equal to negative 1 plus minus 4. Okay, this means 2x equal to generate two solutions. 2x equal to negative 1 plus 4 makes 3. 2x will be negative 5. Then x will be 3 over 2. X will be negative 5 over 2. That was question 19. Question 20. We have like x plus 3 to the power of 2 equal to negative 16. So over here, if we square root both sides, we will get it's gonna be no solution here. If I square root here, I square root there, it's gonna be non-real or no solutions. But let's try to see if we extend this. Okay, so this is gonna be like x plus 3 times x plus 3 equal to negative 16. So this will be like this times that times that. Okay. Let's see what will happen here. That makes what? X squared minus plus 6 actually plus 3x plus 3x plus 9 equal to negative 16. Or maybe let's move negative 16 over equals 0. And then this will be what? X squared plus 6x minus 7 equals 0. Now let's look at the last term, negative 7. Okay. I'm going to do here negative 7, factors of 7. 7 is a prime number. There's just 1 and 6. Now we say to ourselves, how can I get, 1 and 7? How can I get 6 here if I have like 1 and 7? This is possible if it's negative 1 plus 7, because 7 minus 1 makes 6, and then 7 times negative 1 makes negative 7. So we can factorize here, placing x there, close there, and then equals 0. So there we can see minus 1, and then plus 7. Okay. So this will make what? X minus 1 is 0, or x plus 7 equals 0. So this makes x is 1, or x is 7. Okay. Hold on a second. Negative 16 moved over is not negative 16. Okay. This will be positive 16. My apologies. And then this will be like positive 25. Positive 25 here. Then if we do 25, factors of 25 are just 1 and 25, 5 and 5. Now we're going to ask ourselves, how can we get 6 here with 1 and 25 and 5 and 5? There is no way to get 6 here. So here there is no solution. So said no solution. No real solution. Okay, we could start by, as we said here, when you square root there, you square root there. Okay, this is non-real. Okay, this is non-real. So no answers there. Question 21. 9x squared plus 4 equals 0. So this would mean that x squared would be equal to negative 4. Okay, 9x squared with negative 4. So x squared will be equal to negative 4 over 9. Okay, again, if we square root here and we square root there, this is a square root of a negative number. So we can say no solution, okay, or no solution. No solution there. 22. It's 5, open bracket x minus 1 to the power of 2 equal to 45. So in case like this, instead of timesing, we can first divide by 5 both sides. And then this will make what? X minus 1 to the power of 2 equal to 9. Then we can square root both sides. We can square root here and then square root there. And then this will be x minus 1 equal what? Plus minus 3. Okay. Then this will means x equal to 1 plus minus 3 if I move this -1 over, okay? Then generate two solutions. One with the positive, the other with negative. So 1 plus 3 is 4, and then 1 minus 3 is -2. And then question 23, it's x equal to x squared minus 2. So I prefer to move the x over. So this will be 0 equal to x squared minus x minus 2. And then, excuse me, x in the bracket like that. Factors of 2 are just 1 and 2. So to get -1, it has to be -2 and +1, okay? Factors of 2 is 1 and 2. So to get, it has to be like +1 here and -2. So what doesn't matter, I can start with -2 and then +1. Now, this will be x minus 2 is 0, or x plus 1 equals 0. So that makes x is equal to 2, or x equal to -1. That was question 23. And 24, -x squared equals to no, -x squared plus 9 equals 0. What does this mean? We can move the -x squared over, and then that will be 9 equal to x squared. Then we can square root both sides. We square root here, we square root there. And then this will be what? Okay, so it'll be plus minus 3 equal to x squared, or just x squared equal to plus minus 3. And then 25, that's 2 minus 1. So it's 2x minus 1 to the power of 2, 2x plus 1, and then 2x minus 1. Over here, we can apply difference of two squared property. 2x plus 1 and 2x minus 1 will make 2x squared and then minus 1 squared, like that. So this will be what? Excuse me. 2x minus 1, 2x minus 1 equal to 4x squared minus 1. Now we can do 2x times that, 2x times that, that. Excuse me. And then this will be what? 4x squared minus 2x, 2x minus 2x plus 1 equal to 4x squared minus 1. Now we can simplify. If we have like some quantity both sides of the equation, we can cross them out, like 4x squared and 4x squared. Then we can simplify, and then -2x and -2x makes -4x plus 1 equal -1. So I can move the +1 over. That makes -4x equal to -1 minus 1, and that makes -4x equal to -2, and we can divide both sides by -4, and then this will be x will be our half. Okay, that was question 25, and question 26. question 26. We have like x minus 3 and then x plus 4 minus 3x minus 2 raised to the power of 2 equal to x minus 8x x minus 1. Now we can solve this. We will first extend this and then extend that and then extend that. Okay, so 1 2 3, we'll do that. Now over here we will do that times that, that times that, that times that, that times that. That makes x squared plus 4x minus 3x minus 12 minus 3x minus 2 times 3x minus 2 equal to x minus 8x squared. Careful here, when we do that times that and that times that, this is going to be positive 8x. Okay, and then that makes, we can simplify here, x squared minus x minus 12 minus over here, this will be this times that times that, this times that, or that times that. There is a formula to calculating this squared. Okay, or we can use that formula, or we can just extend this, or maybe I can write the formula here. Is like when you have like a plus minus b to the power of 2, this is like a squared plus minus 2ab plus b squared, that formula. And then that makes negative what? 9x squared minus 6x plus 4 equal to, we can combine also the like terms here. That makes negative 8x squared plus 9x. That makes x squared minus x minus 12 minus 9x squared. The 2 here makes negative 12x, but with the negative there, it makes positive 12x plus 4 equal to negative 8x squared plus 9x. Then we can solve by grouping. Okay, first of all, x squared and negative there makes a negative 8x squared, and this one and that one makes positive 11x, and that makes positive 8, and then for the constant term, and then that negative 8x squared plus 9x. Okay, then we can simplify this and that. Okay, and then move the 9x over. Okay, that makes 11x minus 9x, and then move the 8 over. That makes negative 8, and that makes what? 2x equal to negative 4. Excuse me, equal to negative 8. Divided by both sides, that makes x is equal to negative 4. So that's the only solution. Thank you. Well, we have another question here. Question C says consider consider the equation 4x squared equal x. Sandy solved it in the following way. Set her errors and then solve the equation correctly. Okay, let's see. She said 4x squared equal to x, and then she divided both sides of the equation by x, as you can see there, and then she got 4x equal 1 equal to 1 over 4. Okay, the error is from this step. Okay, the fact that she divides both sides by x. Why am I saying that? X is a variable, not a constant. A variable can be anything. Okay, so in case x was equal to 0, see what will happen. if x is equal to 0, then we'll have like 4 times 0 squared over 0 equal to 0 over 0. What is 0 over 0? Because here, that will make 0 over 0. What is 0 over 0? This is an undefined form, okay? It's undefined. We cannot divide by 0. So that's why I think this step was, that is why this step was wrong. Okay, dividing both sides, even though x equal to a quarter is one of the solutions, but not all the solutions. So the correct solution would have been if Sandy did like 4x squared equal x there, she moves the x to the left hand side, and then this will be like 4x squared minus x equal to 0. Then she could factorize, check for the highest common factor here, which is x, and then there she left with x minus 1, 4x minus 1. Now this implies that x equals 0 or 4x minus 1 equals 0. Then this means 4x equal 1, okay? And then 4x equal 1, we can divide both sides by 4. 4 is a constant number, so we can divide by 4 is a fixed number, and that makes x is equal to a quarter. So over here we have like two solutions: x is 0 or x is a quarter. So those were the two solutions, the two correct solutions for the equation. That's in question C. In question D, it says consider the equation, this equation x squared plus 64 equals 0. And then Sandy did like x plus 8 equals 0, and then x is equal to negative 8. Okay, the error is like I believe she thought there is a rule for the sum of two squares, okay? You know, 64 is a square number. It is the square of 8. It's like 8 squared. So she said, she thought there is a rule for a squared plus b squared, okay? But there is no rule for this, no rule, no formula, or no formula for this property. Okay, it's a squared plus b squared stays the same. It's still a squared plus b squared. Okay, and then, but actually, a plus b times a plus b, this means a plus b to the power of 2. This is the product this is a product that may lead to the perfect squared. Okay, so that's a mistake. That's why it's a mistake. Thank you.